Welcome my next guest, Avery Amon, cultural activist, Africa House and local coordinator, and Miss Avril Belfort of the National Archives. Welcome, welcome. I saw you just the other day. Didn't realize you were going to be on the show with me, but I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Tell us about the gala screening of Bigger Than Africa.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about why we're doing that screening.
Yes.
And I'm going to let Mr. Avery tell you the whole story about Gala, about Bigger Than Africa.
Why it's important.
Yes, very much so. The National Archives has taken on a responsibility as part of the decade for persons of African descent. The decade is supposed to be from 2015 to 2024, right? And we have committed as part of one of the goals under that that declaration, that UN declaration, to highlight and collect and enhance our collection at the National Archives as it relates to persons of African descent.
Right.
That is actually one of the goals of the decade.
Okay.
We need to have more content, more information, and the proper research done, and more respect shown for things of persons and related to persons of African descent. So that is our commitment. As part of that, then, we are partnering with Africa House and American Foundation, Heritage Foundation, to screen this film, Bigger Than Africa, where we're going to highlight some of the retentions and our relations and things that remain with us from the Yoruba culture. And as I said, I'll let Avery give you a good feel for that.
Avery?
Morning, Lisa.
Yes.
Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, so Bigger Than Africa was filmed in 6 countries, and as you heard Mr. Gulson playing pan, we Trinidad contributed. Brazil is there; they are the Portuguese Yorubas. Cuba are the Spanish Yorubas, and Trinidad and Tobago is the English Yorubas.
Right.
We filmed in the U.S. and we filmed on the continent, Benin and Nigeria, where the Yorubas originated from. Why the Yoruba culture? Well, Yoruba culture is directly responsible for the steel pan, right? We took a team from Desperados, offshoot Roadblock, in 2016, and that was coming out of an initiative in 2013 where I represented Trinidad at the World Shango Festival.
Right.
And we were amazed to see how the Yoruba people play iron. We were greeted with iron at the Palace of the Oni in Ile-Ife. So immediately I made the connection, right? I mean, it was for reason to see, well, you know, this thing is in our DNA actually.
Yes.
This thing, we didn't land in Trinidad not knowing to do this.
Yes.
It came through our bloodstream, right? And you know the influence of Yoruba culture with the Orisha drums that it had, you know, in Lavantil and the whole story like that, right?
Yeah.
So I saw it fit, we were screened at the film festival last year, and I saw it fit to have this audience see this Carifesta audience, see this documentary. So that's why we having it screened at this time. Also Saturday 24th, so you could go to the pan, you could hop across to us at IMAX, right? And you could go back because it's timely. The big guns, like Desperados.
And then guess what? And Carl, and you'll make the connection.
Yeah, the connection
you'll
is
make the
pan.
connection one time.
It is a celebration of pan. It shows you roots of steel pan, right? The Trinidad root. Brazil is showcasing their food and their music and stuff like that. Cuba is showing where their rumba and all this thing comes from, and Trinidad with this national instrument here. We showcase this day, the 24th, where all our compatriots from the contingents in Carifesta could come celebrate with us the 24th. We are from 7 to 10, and it's a gala. You come, you get
so you
some.
have to dress.
You
have to look fancy.
Nice. You come out, you know what I mean? Right? You come out and you get Yoruba foods after. We have a Q&A.
Nice.
You get some Yoruba food, some drinks that have been retained by the Yoruba people in Trinidad. So you could show people the direct link. Also, we are screening the American Foundation's film called American, right? And you know the American.
I've seen that film.
Yes. So we're also putting up that's 30 minutes. We start at 7. So the American basically are the people who came to Trinidad after the 1812 war in the U.S. They arrived in Trinidad in 1815. They bounced them around to Nova Scotia. They fought on the losing side, the British, right?
Yes.
So definitely, you know, they would probably be lynched or whatever, the victims. They'd have been victims. So the British, the king at the time, they organized their petition and they came to Trinidad. They settled in the Moruga catchment area, Hard Bargain, Fifth Company. You know, from 1 to 6 companies, right? So they were regiments. So that history is not known much, but they were here before slavery ended as free
Right.
people, right?
Right.
16 acres of land, they each got family.
Yeah.
And so they are the first precursor of African surviving, thriving. You know, they gave us the hill rice and Panisa, which is also Orisha influence Yoruba culture again. So the
Yes.
connection is there. This pan instrument, you know, I mean, you can make the connections, right? So
Yeah.
that is why Bigger Than Africa is in Trinidad at this time. We have been given.
But I
our-
think it's
yeah,
important
yeah.
to show it on the 24th at
Yes.
IMAX, but I think
Yeah.
it's also important that we show it even beyond
Yes.
the
Yes.
24th.
Yes.
And that's where I guess the National Archives would come in. Yeah.
And it's coming out from what Avery has shared with us, it is very important that we have those documents and that information in
Yeah.
the National Archives.
Yeah.
Because originally, as we say, I'm the government archivist.
Yeah.
So the material you see and what we've had so far has tended to be the official record.
Yes.
But of course, we are much more than that official record. Our diverse heritage needs to be documented and stored and available at the archives for person to research.
And that's why we need to have more conversations. Off-air conversations.
Yes, most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I would just like to highlight one
Yeah.
thing, the American collection.
Yeah.
We have put it up as part of their anniversary in 2016. They celebrated 200 years. We collaborated with them to build American collection
Nice.
at the National Archives. So currently you have material there which you can do research. It's ongoing and it's growing, but
Yes.
as I said, part of the commitment is to make sure those records are there and available for our citizens.
Wonderful. So go on out to the IMAX this Saturday, 24th, from 7 to 10. You still have time to hop across to the pan after at Starlift Panyard. And we're going to get some more pan to the top. But I want to thank you very much, Avril Belfort of National Archives and Avery Amon of Africa House. And we look forward to seeing more of Bigger Than Africa here
Thank you
in
very much.
Trinidad and
Thank you
Tobago.
for having